FM 102.1 High, it's Ian McCain live at Iceland Airwaves backstage for pretty much the main event tonight. I mean, everybody's been waiting for this for a while. Monsters and Men, I've got Kiddi and Raggi with me. Hi guys, how are you?
Hi,
Hi,
good.
we're good. How are you?
I'm excellent. Welcome home. I mean, this is kind of a thing. You guys are in the middle of a European tour right now, and you're making a stop right here in Reykjavik. So, do you guys get to stay like at your parents' house or your cousins, or do you actually have property here in Reykjavik, or what happens when you come home?
We stay at just our own places. Yeah, we're lucky enough to have
He's always
those.
trying to get into my
I
place.
really want to stay at his place, but he's like, no, we can't. But his bed looks so great.
Well, I mean, this has got to be, it's kind of an interesting thing, right? Because you don't come back here all of the time, so when you come back, I'm sure family and friends, everybody wants to get together for a drink, or they want you to, like, they've got to give you your, like, birthday present that you were on tour when that happened, or?
Yeah, I mean, like, I think for tonight we have like a room booked upstairs, just full of family. We all
Yeah,
have,
I
like,
think we have like 100 people.
Yeah. So it gets pretty hectic when you're back home.
Oh, what do you have, 7 people in the band?
We're 5 in the
Oh,
band.
5 right now. Okay,
Yeah.
so then so if you have like just a full, like a regular family of people,
Yeah.
you've got 100 people automatically.
People, right.
Let's talk a little bit about Fever a Dream. Congratulations on that. Like it seemed like the songwriting seems a little bit different this time around. I know Nona said that she was like normally writing on an acoustic guitar, like was trying to come up with the music that way, and then this time it was more like electronic. Can you guys talk a little bit about like how the structure of how when you guys decide when she brought that music in, or when you guys were working on it, how did that feel different this time around?
I think for this album we want to kind of write while we record it. So usually, like in the past, we kind of figured out the songs, you know, playing together in a more of a conventional band setting.
Mm-hmm.
And this time around, we want to kind of just have the songs develop and record ideas early and kind of pile on them and make it more of a kind of flowy process.
Mm-hmm.
So
We get like more time, you know.
yeah.
Every idea gets its chance, kind of thing.
Yeah, and we can kind of feel it and listen to it becoming a song. Whereas if you're, you know, kind of jamming together, it's more based on the moment, and it creates different kind of music. Both is great, but I think we just want to kind of change the process to keep it interesting for us in this one.
Being like being this like the third major release, does it make it like do you get like, so now you've got some more money to work with, you've got a little more time to work with, does that make the songwriting process different?
It definitely did allow us to I guess take more time. So after last album cycle, also our drummer had a baby, and it was kind of times are changing a bit. So we kind of adapt to that, and it gives us the leeway to kind of the wiggle room to kind of stretch it out a bit and take our time and figure out the album a bit more.
Okay.
Cool. Did you need to stop and start?
No, we're good. Okay. Go ahead.
Hi, so I wanted to ask you, you will have to remind me actually about this. I feel like the very first time I saw you was at NASA, and I want to say it was one of your earliest shows, if not the few earliest shows, and I can't remember if it was 2010, 11, 12, or 13.
Okay.
And here's why I'm asking. I feel like Kraftwerk might have played that same year as you. Does any of this sound familiar? When was your first big show at NASA? Because I feel like it was definitely the first time I saw you.
Yeah. Wow.
Do you remember that?
So like it's definitely not 2010. I think we didn't play last that time.
It was a couple years.
2011 probably.
2011.
Yeah, 11 would be our guess, I guess.
Yeah, we kind of took off then and started playing a lot more live.
Yeah, we got bigger venues. NASA was one of the like main ones back then. So I guess I would say 2011.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew it was really early, like in the 2010s
I missed
era.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh, I missed that venue so much.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you,
Yeah.
reflecting on the 2010s, you were a big part of it for me. I've seen you over these, you know, we're about to end and go into 2020.
Yeah.
I've seen your band play here at NASA, and another favorite, and I've seen you beyond this. I've also seen you at Lollapalooza and interviewed you at Lollapalooza, but
Yeah.
I also saw you at Free Kirk here.
Oh yeah, that was 2016.
Yes.
Mhm.
That's actually our last show in Iceland. So now we're playing again in Iceland. We haven't played for 3 years, and we ended with that gig.
So for me, I miss NASA. I got to see you guys in your nation times here, and then just see you blow up. I kind of want to ask you, looking back through the 2010s, if you had a favorite Iceland Airwaves moment, and it could be your band, or it could also be, man, I saw this show that I was dying to see since. Can you think of anything that sort of stands out in the last 10 years that really was special for you?
I mean, that Freaky concert was special to me, and also we did play NASA that year, I think, as well, right?
Yeah, we were one of the last bands to ever play before it.
And there was a great energy in that
I went to both of
concert.
those.
So that stands out to me. I think the gigs at Harpa it feels so formal a bit. So I kind of like the sweatier kind of gigs. So when it's like a bit rough around the edges, I kind of remember those kind of moments. So.
How about you? Do you have a special moment from the, or even was there a band that you were really looking forward to seeing while you were at Airwaves in the last? That Kraftwerk show. I don't know if you went to that.
I didn't
was
see
awesome.
it. I didn't see it. I did see them we did see them play the same festival in Finland, which was amazing.
Wearing the glasses.
Yeah.
So
I lost my iPhone though.
Oh no.
Which is funny because today I broke my iPhone, so maybe it's like
It's a curse.
a curse. I have an iPhone. I should get a Samsung.
It's because nobody wants a Samsung, though, you know?
I have a Samsung. I like my Samsung.
Maybe
I
you
do
should
have a Mac computer. So if you want to send us any of these things, just let me
An
know.
Apple elitist over here, so.
Maybe you should just get a Nokia.
Oh,
Finish one.
the
Yeah.
flip phone. Get the old flip phone.
But I have some moments like during Airwaves that I really like. Like I saw Everything, and Metronomy at one point, which I haven't seen for a while, but it was more when I was like younger and going to shows. It changes a bit when you are part of a band and you like see your own backstage and you're more focused on that end of the experience. So you kind of don't get as much time in front seeing other bands. But yeah, I have some very fun memories.
I guess my last question is 2020s. We're on the cusp. What are your projections and hopes and aspirations? This is so huge of a question.
Yeah.
For the band, what are you hoping you bring different or to the project in the next 10 years? Because you've obviously accomplished a huge amount, several world tours at this point, going from NASA to ginormous. What's the capacity here?
I think it's like, I think it's 4,000, 4,000, something like that.
Well, and you've definitely played huger than that. Lollapalooza's like tens of thousands, but
That's nice.
what's
I
the
like-
net?
like
What's
this. I mean, I'm mainly very proud that we've done 3 albums, and thinking back, it's like we've almost been a band for 10 years, and next year we've been a band for 10 years, which is crazy to me. So I'm proud of that.
You never gave us you never thought it was gonna last.
No, I gave us like 2 weeks. But
So everything past 2 weeks.
yeah,
is mind blowing.
I hope we can,
Keep touring.
keep touring, make 3 more albums in the next 10 years. It would be great. Just kind of keep the momentum going, keep making it interesting for us, because if it's interesting for us, it's interesting for the listeners as well.
Yeah,
I think that's important.
I agree with him.
okay? That's actually all I
Awesome.
had. Thank you so much.
We really
I
appreciate
really
it.
appreciate it.